I'm Karli Jordan. I'm a junior. I'll graduate class of 2013, and I'm from Greenville, Indiana. I was sent something in the mail, and as a lot of kids in my grade did, who were at academic standing that was higher than most. And a lot of people looked into it, didn't really think it was that interesting, but I had been looking for a way to get out of my school, get away from my school system, and this sounded like the best thing for me. How could I say it's the same? I think the only thing that's similar about them, besides that they're schools and they're public, is that the teachers really care. And at my old school, I was really lucky to have teachers who really wanted us to do well and who really cared about how we were as people, and academically and outside of school, as are the teachers here. I mean, they kind of have to be here, but they're just really, really good people to be around. And even if you don't like the kids here, you can still look towards the teachers for some sort of level of friendship and a lot of respect and a lot of help. You have such a close relationship with your teachers in proximity physically as well as proximity mentally, because they regard you as intelligent students. I mean, you're there for a reason and they know that, and they're not going to discount what you say. It was all a big surprise. I mean, nothing can prepare you for the academy, nothing can explain the academy other than being there and going through it. You can say it's a publicly funded high school that you apply to and you live at and you take high-level courses at, but until you're living in that dorm with a roommate and with people around you all the time, working all the time, you would have no idea. It is like college at the highest level, it seems like. It's like you're surpassing the first 2 years of college after you've got all your required classes done and you're doing exactly what you want to do. It's really diverse. I think that was the most pleasantly surprising thing about the academy. There are so many different kinds of people here, and it's from coming from a really small, closed-minded town and coming to this, even though it's not a necessarily big place compared to where I was, it's just so diverse. And I'm really happy about it. There's so many different kinds of religions and political beliefs and anything. Probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. I was really unhappy with the way my life was going at my old high school. I worked really hard and gave my all into a whole multitude of projects and clubs and schoolwork, but I didn't feel like I was getting half as much out of it as I was giving to it. And here I really do feel like I'm getting all of it back that I'm putting in. It's a really good question, though. One word, what is the academy? My world. Like a microcosm. Let's go with microcosm. Like I said before, it's so diverse. You're taking all the different kinds of people in the world, selecting the smartest out of them, and putting them into a place in the middle of Indiana that you wouldn't expect to find kids who would like things that they do. And you have to live with these kids. You're going to learn about it one way or another, whether you want to or not. And once you realize it, I feel that as soon as I graduate, I'm going to realize that I learned about 5 times as much in the 2 years that I've been here than I have in the 8 years that I've lived in my hometown. I've learned so much. And it's not just academically. I mean, I've studied philosophy, I've studied Shakespeare more than I ever thought I would, and you realize so much about yourself just being here, and you realize so much about other people being here. My mom told me a while ago when we were talking about colleges for the first time, like, college isn't all about academics, and that floored me. I was like, what are you talking about? Of course it's all academics. And she's like, no, I learned more about people there than I ever did. She learned about different cultures, different ways of taking care of yourself, like how African American women have to use certain kind of things on their hair. She didn't know that. She had no clue. I mean, and I wouldn't either unless she had told me. Yeah. Until I came here, of course. And it's all about the people, and it's all about the academics. You can't have one without the other here, because it wouldn't be the academy if you didn't. It gives them an idea of what life is really going to be like. I don't know how better to describe that. Going to a normal high school is like a mini version of half of what your life is kind of going to be like. Because for most people in high school, these are the kids you've been around for years and years and years. You already know them, you already know what they're going to do, how they're going to act. But when you go to the academy, it is really like college. You have social pressures, you have academic pressures, but you have so many opportunities to do so much more than you would at your old high school. I'm doing something called Research Creative Projects, and that it's a specialized research class where you choose what you want to learn about, and it's independent study. And that's something I never would have had at high school. Not even a regular research class, which I'm also taking as well, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
You just have so many opportunities to expand what you know, and it's not hard. Like, these opportunities aren't difficult to obtain, and that's something that at a normal high school wouldn't exist. It cannot be explained. I wish I could say it better than that, but people can tell you, like, do this, don't do this, know these people, don't know these people, like this teacher, don't take this class. But until you're in there, and until you're like throwing yourself into all these things, and you're enjoying them, or you're not, until that point, you have no idea what it's going to be like. You can think, oh, it's going to be so great, and you could be disappointed. You could definitely be disappointed if you assume things out of the academy. Because maybe our budget's not where we want it to be. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something that you're not going to want living in a room with someone else 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, it gets annoying.
Especially for somebody, it's still in high school.
Exactly. It's annoying, yeah, but you're going to feel so much better when you get into college, and you're going to sit there in college and be like, this is so easy. This is nothing compared to what I did at the academy. And while the amount of work might not be as difficult as your academy work, at least you'll know that you're prepared for the work that will come to you later on.
Right.
And I couldn't have asked for anything more than that. If you want a challenge, and if you want to, like I said, overcome those challenges, you're going to want to go here. And you are going to be so happy when you're done and realize that you can do all these things that other people don't even know about.